Here, Catan Championship, premium number 13. Thank you for sticking around with us. I'm Retired Hero here with Fluffy and, of course, the legendary Ivy.
What's going on?
Here we go. We finally did it. We finally made it. Let's go. Good luck to everybody here. You got Yelfs on red, Hakmatata on green, Nutty on black, and Ion on blue. At least 2 undefeated players here in the grand final. Boy, we've got ourselves set up for another good one, I bet. So just as Ivy loads in here, of course we did have some interesting semifinals. One that had to be replayed, so you can definitely go back and watch the VOD for that one. Look at the board: 5, 9, 10, 8, 4, 10, 6, 9, 3, 5, 8, 10. Already called out in chat there, pointing towards a brick port and a wood port. You get yourself some good ore, and you get yourself some of the best wheat on the table. Hard to pass that one up. Yelf's off to a good start.
Oh yeah, love that spot.
Yeah, really good spot there. Hakmatata now with a chance here. Might be able to play something like a 5, 9, 10 for production, or the 8, 4, 10 for production down towards a wheat port 3 to 1. There's a 6, 9, 3 that kind of points itself towards a sheep port. I don't hate it. It's definitely something. It's 4, 8, 10, 6, 9, 2 second pick. Oh, 6, 9, 2 instead. You'd rather take that one. I guess so. You could point yourself back down towards the 3 to 1 and double up on the 6 ore. I don't mind the 5, 9, 10. 5, 9, 10 seems to be your best option if you're going to pivot away and try to build something like the longest road and some sort of production strategy. You might catch yourself onto that extra 12 ore, which, I mean, if it hits, I mean, we'll take it, right?
Definitely.
Could they do something like the 4, 5, 10 and try to build down again? I think that's possible. You kind of push people away again, right? You try to bust up some of those spots there and might force people onto that 8, 4, 3 instead. And maybe the 5, 9, 12, 6, 5, 11, 6, 5, 6, 5, 12s. I don't mind the 4, 5, 10 because there's going to be some limited wheat out there too. And getting a piece of that 4 wheat is not going to hurt at all. And you point yourself down towards the 9 sheep 3 to 1. I'm not sure if anyone will actually set down on a 9, 10 sheep wood. It is the 6, 9, 2 pointing out towards the sheep port. And lucky that it's just on the 2 wheat here. But they are going to set themselves up for a pretty solid ore wheat sheep game if they can get a little bit more wheat out there. Maybe looking at the 4 or the 11. Nutty here, their chance to place as 3rd. They've got a lot of options here. It does look like, you know, ore wheat sheep for the first 2. So now Nutty goes 8, 4, 10, pointing the road down towards the wheat port. Of course, the 4 wheat is going to be the first thing that they're on. And now this leaves it wide open for Ion, who does like playing. Ion does like playing ore wheat sheep, but I don't know if that's going to be an option here for them. So probably looking at like the 5, 9, 10 here, which is too good to pass up. Tons of production on there. Chance to build roads as well. Don't know if they'll try to supplement that with anything else. Maybe they will look to overproduce on something since they're trying for this 3 to 1. Definitely looks like they need some wheat out there somewhere. They might try to connect or coordinate these 10s here.
Yeah, I would think maybe the 10, 9, 3 or the 10, 11, 3 maybe.
Looking at 10, 11, 3, maybe that 5, 9, 10.
And build up, expand to the 8 ore. See what I'm saying there?
8 ore on the desert,
yeah.
You bet. I don't mind that at all. They might even be able to get themselves onto a brick port too if that's the play. But I'm assuming red is going to point out that way. You know, Yelf's double up on the 8. Yelf already on the 10 brick. So the 5, 9, 10 is the first one to go down. And it's going to be a 5, 6, 11 after that. So it's going to be a point towards the 3 to 1 on the 9, 12 and a point towards the 6, 11, 12. All connected here for Ion, who's overproducing on wood just a little bit. Catches themselves just on the 11 of wheat and hoping to 3 to 1 everything else. That leaves the 9, 10, 11 open, and that's going to be Nutty taking that one. Pointing up towards the northwest.
I think Red's pretty happy to see that because the 9-3-4 is still open for him. I don't think Green's going to take that. And also he'll probably be able to get on some wood if he prefers to go that way.
I actually think, you know, depending on how the 10s roll out, it's possible that they actually get themselves straight onto this. I mean, the 5 wheat, it looks pretty good there too if they can get out there. But the coordinated 10s now from Nutty, they definitely have a shot at longest road here. They definitely have a shot at some other expansions too. Where's Hak Matata going? I thought they would try to get themselves onto some better wheat here, and the only spot that looks available here might be that 9-4-3, which looks a little bit awkward if you ask me.
It does. He's got the sheep port, so the extra sheep wouldn't hurt. But long term, like, just block the 6 and his game is pretty much shut down, right?
I think so. Block the 6, nothing else there, right? Legendary is asking why Black didn't take 6-4-3. Let's have a look. 6-4-3, weaker sheep for sure. You get pretty good wood, but I think they're building towards this wheat port, so some extra wheat port. So extra wheat is not going to hurt. 3 to 1 port is nice, but
yeah,
I could see either. The 9, 10, 11 looks fairly good. It's going to be fairly low wheat. Red can still go 6-4-11 with the wood port. You're thinking build out this way. That looks fairly solid. I mean, they'll still be able to double up on this 8 ore eventually, but having all that extra wood, you think they'd 6-4-3? I think Red would prefer 6-4-3 if it's open. They get some sheep on that, yeah. That's, I mean, assuming that Hak Matata is taking this 9-4-3 to get that wheat and the extra sheep there. It's kind of a tough spot. You know, they started off with the 6-9 hoping for, you know, really good wheat later on, but the only 4 spot left is kind of cramping their style, and they really aren't going to build any roads if that's the case. But even if they look out onto the other side here, they take the 6-4-3 and they block out Yelfs from the big one. And they point themselves up towards either Orport or the 8-3. So they're the ones that look at that now.
Yeah, but I think Yelfs is probably happy to get that 6-9-3. Because look where he can he can expand down to the 6-3, 3-for-1, more ore. He's got double brick production, double sheep production. He's on his way to double ore production.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty solid to me. You know, the 9-3-4 starts off with quite a bit of sheep, but that extra wheat doesn't hurt either. So lots of options to expand from here. You know, you're looking at 6-3, 8-3. You do need to trade away for a little bit of that wood though, and that might be the only thing that holds you back.
Right.
But looking at the wood, 4, 6, 10, there should be some out there to trade, and that's on everybody else out there. It's probably Ion who might be looking to trade early for some of that wood, knowing that they'll get some of it back. So I think there are some deals to be made here with Ion. Yeah, that's the play. 9-3-4, game on, 6 rolls early. That's going to be an ore wood already for Hak Matata. Ion gets himself a piece of lumber there too. 8 after that.
It's not a 7.
At least it's not a 7 to start, and they actually straddle either sides. The 8 comes down after for, again, more ore and brick. Hak Matata already looking to trade out some of that wood after those 6s roll, and they're trying to get some brick or some wheat, and that might be targeted at Yelfs here, who might just hold and wait till their turn. 11 after that. We've got a fast game now.
This is more rolls than we would get in like 10 minutes in the other game.
Yeah, the 9 comes down here. Everyone is just like, let's get this game going. Let's accelerate it. Isn't there a version of Catan where you start off with cities instead? You know, you put down 2 cities to start the game.
I think cities and knights, you start with 1 city.
Yeah, and then you just accelerate the game, right? That's a home version.
Yeah.
Start off with 4 points. You just have to find 6 more points. GG. That's the speed final. So Iron here on 6 resources here after that 9 rolls. Has the sheep. He's got some wood from the 6. Looking to give wheat for brick. Surprisingly, trading, one of those rarer wheat, that's at 11 there for them. They put the road to 6, 11, 12 first, trying to get themselves onto a triple hex spot. That's an 8. Yelfs buys a development card, and a 7 first of the game gets rolled out. Where's he gonna put it? Hak Matata. It's gonna go on the 8 or up on Yelfs. Solo block up at the top there. What do you think of that block there?
I mean, it makes him like the sole ore producer in the game. That might be what he's thinking. Maybe he'll squeeze a little value out of his 6 ore because he needs brick pretty bad, right?
Yep. Yeah, I don't mind that. Nutty here actually trying to go brick for double wood here. Hak Matata, I could see them trying to pull, kind of monopolizing the 6 ore there. And they are trying to shut down Yelfs, who is trying to play that ore wheat sheep game similar to themselves, and might actually be playing it better since they have the better wheat production. So hopefully hampering them down, keeping them off of a city. So if Hak Matata can actually get their cities up and get themselves out to this sheep port, then maybe you'll let Yelfs go. But right now it's going to be the early road down to the 2 sheep port. Up, down, same thing. Just depends which way you look at it, right? Nutty actually puts down road settle, and that's going to go down onto the 10 in the south. 3-1 port activated. He's going to double up on the 10 here, so if he gets a city up on that 9, 10, 11, again, we're looking at the same thing where a roll, coordinated roads, all of a sudden you've got 2 per roll at some point.
Yeah, nice block on the 8 ore as well.
Yeah, Yelfs, of course, opting to use the knight right now, so they, of course, get to move that off. It's going to go on to the 6 wood, blocking Hak Matata and Ion here. And they go ahead and steal from Ion. The 11 rolls out. Wheat on the board. Passing to Hak Matata. It's going to be another 7. More 7s. More 7s, more game, right?
Yes, indeed.
At least Hak Matata gets control of this one. So I don't see this going back onto the 8, but maybe he does. Maybe he's hatching a plan here, hatching a deal. And it just does. It just puts it right back and says, I am not letting off on you. And steal another one.
I mean, I like that.
I mean, they are in direct competition. That was the first placement. So Yelfs does have a strong position. You might convince the rest of the table that, you are a man of the island. And you are all working together to squash the first placement. Table talking Yelfs into being the biggest leader, the strongest position. Look at that 8 ore, look at the 9 sheep and the 5 wheat. We have to block them.
That's what I would be saying.
I think even with, I mean, Hak Matata, they're not in a crazy strong spot. You know, even if they do get this settlement down, that's just going to be a 2 wheat that they expand onto. That's not crazy impactful. The 9 sheep board is going to be impactful, but man, the 10 rolls, and that's coordinated really good for Nutty here. So they have some options about where they can build.
Right. Green is definitely hurting for wheat.
Definitely. Can they make the trades happen though? They're gonna have to wait for 4s and 5s, and the 11, the odd 11. Oh, Nutty stretching it up, looking for that 5-2 wheat, just like we thought they were gonna point out to, and that's already 2 roads down. 3 resources in hand. This might actually be a race against Hak Matata. If Nutty can actually settle down here, that's a huge block.
Yeah, that's this is an emergency for green right now. You have to get that settlement down.
Yeah, 5 rolling out gets 2 brick and a wheat out there. Ion trades wheat for sheep. They get a settlement down on the 6, 11, 12. That was a trade Ion and Hak Matata. That actually gives Hak something they need for their settlement.
Wheat, right?
Yeah. And that might be the one that they need, so mutually trading it out there. Maybe feeling that Nutty was too strong of a position if they get that 5 wheat. I thought that there was possibility here for them to just stretch out onto
here's this chance to steal one of those bricks.
Yeah, 7 rolls out again. Hak Matata with control. I think he'd still like to block Yelfs if they can, and so it does go down onto the 10 brick. Again, somebody that they are racing to, so maybe the steal from Nutty this time instead of Yelfs.
Unless you know you have the settlement.
That's true.
You gotta steal from Nutty, right, to try and slow him down.
You can try to slow him down for sure, and they do steal from Nutty. I don't think Nutty's too pressed about this either. If Nutty has to build 1 more road up to get to the Woodport and the 5 wheat, I think that's still a fair stretch for them. I think Nutty is still pretty happy with that.
Right.
Right. I think the option to build at the 5-2 was just a bonus. You get some better wheat for your wheat port, but at the end of the day, you know, if you get to block out that sheep port, that's great. But if you get 5 wheat and a wood port, that's a pretty good backup plan.
No question.
Yeah, 7 gets rolled out here, so Nutty may be looking for some payback here. Looking at Hak Matata here, unfortunately, I feel like this might hit Ion here too on that 6 wood. Ion just getting caught in the crossfire maybe here, but I'm not sure where else Nutty may be looking to place it down. No, he actually goes up back towards Yelfs.
Back on the 8?
Does Nutty just have the settlement?
I don't know.
I don't think they do. No, he's looking for the trade here. Maybe looking for the steal there. No, wheat for wood. Ion trades like it's nothing, and Nutty shows that he is indeed stretching out for that wood port. 6 rolls, and Ion's going to be happy about that because Ion's been trading this wood very liberally. I think the only thing that Ion's been missing is some of this brick here. You know, most of it has been wood that he's trading out, and wood's gone for wheat, it's gone for sheep.
Yeah, a lot of 8s and 10s, but not many 5s for him.
Yeah, 10's been really good for Nutty this early on.
He did. I think he did just pick up a couple this round, but 10's been stronger, I think.
10's a little bit stronger, but another 6 rolls down, and that's going to push them a little bit closer to this 9-12 3-1 port. That could be 4 settlements down for Ion, and well, I'm sure he's going to be happy to see some 12s roll. And yeah, Ion's still continuing to trade wood every chance that they get. Yelfs with the settlement down soon on the 6-3 and their 3-1, but the 8 blocked out. It's going to be another brick for Nutty. Hak Matata now trying to get some brick for themselves too. I don't think Nutty's going to take that trade. Because depending on how long it takes Hak Matata to put this down, it could be that Nutty settles on that 5 wood port, and then Road settles back onto the sheep. I don't think that'll happen in the next few turns. I think Hak Matata at 8 resources should be able to do that. Should be able to set their settlement down.
I think so. Hopefully they can make something happen, but maybe people are withholding it.
Could be. Motu's wondering, how much excess wood will black really have? You know what? The wheat port's the big or the wheat with the port is pretty big here, because they're gonna stretch out onto this 8 brick and get onto that wheat port. That wheat will come into play, but they are gonna city up this 8-4-10, which means you're gonna end up with triple wood at some point here. So I think there is some possibility that there is quite a bit of wood out there. But getting out onto 4, 5, and 11 for wheat with that eventual wheat port, I think is going to be Nutty's big play. You think race the 5-2 before stretching out to the wood port? Could be. The 7 means that the robber moves over onto the 6 ore after Hak gets the city up first instead of the race. They must have table talked that, Nutty said, I'm just passing by. I'm just passing by. I'm not going to build there. I'm just stretching out to this 5 wheat. That's all I want. Ion here goes straight across. Wood for ore. Yelfs is going to try and get their settlement down here. And 8 rolls out, so they're going to get some of that ore back. Nutty gets themselves another brick on there too. Yelfs is still trying to trade out ore for brick here. They don't have what it takes to get that settlement down.
Yelps has just been hammered by the robber too.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent. The 7s have been coming, and most of them have been finding their way onto their spots. Hak Matata does draw a little bit of the fire now that they do have the city up. And that might open it up for Yelps to actually build out now, but I don't think they can lose sight that Yelps is on some of the strongest numbers here.
Yeah, his ore wheat sheep game should be good if he can get. Well, once he settles on that 6, he's pretty much got ore wheat sheep unblockable, right? Because he's doubled up on
pretty much unblockable.
Every resource.
Yeah, and Nutty makes that trade there for one of those ore, which is pretty interesting because that might mean that Nutty's actually saving up for a city. That'd be something.
That's a good idea.
6 rolls out. That's going to be some extra wood out there. I'm not sure if Nutty rolls another 7. We know that Ion's got one of those ores too in there. He kind of traded away for it earlier and has just been holding on to it. Yelfs has no cards to steal from, so I don't see it moving back onto the solo 8. Hak Matata shares that 9 with Nutty, so it's not going to go there either. The 2 block doesn't look good, so my thinking is probably the 6 wood and just try to steal from there, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe some more extortion abound. It goes straight across to the 6 wood. So now you're going to make the steal there. Who do you have taking this one? Who do you have winning it all now? Now that we know where we stand.
Oh man. I mean, I have my doubts about green, right? He could easily be shut down. Just block the 6. Not a lot of wheat, right?
Yeah.
Black's looking pretty
Yeah, I think Nutty's got a great game. Yeah.
Yelfs is going to depend on how fast he can get a city up and start buying dev cards, right?
Yeah.
And then Ion is, I think, probably, if it's a low development card game, like anything's possible, but I think he's probably going to have to go for road as his win
Yeah, I mean, I could see.
condition.
Yeah, I could see Ion trying to get that longest road, and then maybe eventually blocking out the 9 sheep to keep them all from buying dev cards.
Yeah, that would be tough. I mean, it's tough when 3 players are on 1 hex. It's tough to block just because someone's going to move it off, right?
They should.
But yeah, I mean, I think if just based on his like balanced or wheat sheep production, he's already got a settlement down, which is like the hardest thing to do if you're playing. And no one's too far ahead of him yet, and and he's the only one who's played a knight, right? So I kind of like his chances.
Yep, they are definitely the only ones. The 2 hits for double wheat. Ion did buy a development card there early on too, or just now in this past turn here. So I think Ion's starting to, sneak a couple of those in there at a time. But this 2 wheat here definitely helps out. Those are very rare for Hak Matata. And I don't think they're going to give any of it away, but they are definitely trying to get some ore or some sheep here. Actually looking to buy a dev card of their own. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to set down for a settlement just yet.
Yeah, I think he's stuck.
I think so. It looks like wood, brick, wheat, and ore. Not enough on that sheep there, so no sheep for them, which means no settlement for them. Motu wants to see a couple 10s hit and see Nutty try to plow the 8 ore. That would be a long shot, but definitely possible. The 6 rolls out here, just ores on the board as the 6 wood is still blocked out. Hurts for Ion, hurts for Hak Matata too. I'm not sure if Nutty would stretch out that way. That's a big investment, right? 3 roads. It does get you longest road. You try to get that 8 ore. Or would you rather just set down on this 8 brick wheat port right now? Is it worth the stretch?
I think if you can do it, do it. But I wouldn't if you can do it without giving away too much,
Mm-hmm.
Lucky and roll like a couple 10s.
Yeah.
Might be worth it. The brick port could help him in the long run as well.
Yeah, the 8-10 looks good. It does definitely seem like a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, but if you get too ambitious, sometimes that'll just come back and,
Too ambitious. I guess that is the word there. If he can't, I think if he can't do it all in one shot, I don't think you go for it, right?
Yeah.
Because if you just dangle one road, Red's gonna get super defensive, and they're gonna drop a road down, and that ends that. And are you kidding me, Ion? Already with the mono for ore. I don't know how Ion pulls these cards. Yeah, he bought 1 development card, okay? Ion bought 1 development card. Out of all the dev cards that he could have pulled. Pulls the mono. Alright, he rips all the ore. He's trying to give it back for wheat. Everyone knows what he's trying to do.
Yeah, that's tough. Does he have any wheat in hand?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Does he have at least 1? Hak Matata's got a couple wheat in hand. I'm just trying to scroll back through. I'm not sure they have any. I'm not sure they have any wheat in hand. So we're looking at 4-1.
Then,
and that's a lot of ore.
4-1. That hurts, especially since there are going to be more opportunities to mono ore, right?
Doesn't matter. They get 1 down, and that's a big one. The 5-9-10. They double up on the 10 right away. Ion with that early mono, I think, really helped him out.
definitely. But I mean, was it premature though? I don't know.
It's a tough call to make. You know, it does seem like he's stuck right now. You know, Ion with a 6 blocked right now. Didn't seem like it was going to go anywhere, and the rest of the table threatened to pull ahead. So getting this city down the 5, 9, 10 already with the production. Another ore comes after the 12. I think this at least keeps Ion competitive.
Right.
Oh!
Okay, here come the roads.
Wow! A few lucky 10s. And you asked for it, Motu. You got it. You got it. We got a plow up on the 5,
It was there,
8.
yeah.
It was there. It was open. And with the right rolls, doing it in one turn, plows himself all the way to the 8 ore.
Do it.
That's the only way. That one's for Motu in chat. Big plow. Ion rolling the 3 after that. Sheep on the board here. Ion with 10 resources now all of a sudden. All that production starting to come to fruition. Maybe they can find themselves onto a 3-1 port. Maybe double up on that 12 if it's a lucky hit. Yelf's with the trade now. Yelf's, I think, feeling it now.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Yeah, Yelf's is definitely hurting. Getting stomped all game. Finally trying to make some trades out there. Yeah, Yelf's, I think, just needs to just straight city here. You know, get that 8, 5, 10 going. Another 4-1 for Ion. Now they've got the 3-1 activated. Longest road is just a few away. And the 8 rolls here.
Ion's
Nutty.
looking strong now.
Ion's looking real good. Ion's looking real good. But I mean, if more 12s roll, I mean, that's just Ion's game for sure. But they do still need to clear that 6.
11s.
They do still need to clear that 6. The 5 rolls for triple brick. Hawk Matata gets down on the sheep port, but that's going to be a robber here for Yelfs, who, ouch for Yelfs. Rough game. I think there's definitely possibility here to steal longest road. Right now it's at 7 segments on Nutty here, who does have a fairly efficient longest road, only 2 segments missing here. But I think Ion could just go continuous.
Yeah. Well, whoever can build what, 2 or 3 roads first.
Yep. Oh boy, Yelfs had to throw a
Like
wheat sheep
it makes sense
double
for
brick.
Nutty to build down even if he can't. Oof. Even if he can't fully connect, just to kind of mess up Ion's connecting in the middle.
Yeah, looking at that 5, 4, 5 if he can build out to there, or the 5-11. Just kind of push things around a little bit. Put a little pressure on him to actually build those.
Right.
Oh man, who is gonna win this one? Nutty's already at 6. Ion's at the 4. The 10s keep rolling, and I think if the 10s keep rolling, that's gonna be Nutty's game. But this actually puts Ion after that 5 triple brick and the 10 2 wood. That's actually 2 roads for them.
Yeah.
Now where are they going? They have options here. 4-11 maybe. Where else? I mean, they can try to build down to this 9 sheep too if they really feel like it. Not sure if they have 3 roads right away here, but that 3 would actually match them at the 7.
Yeah, it might be good to just get that down. It also prevents the cross-country connection for Nutty.
Yeah.
But I think he only had 2 roads.
Only the 2. Boom! Nutty gets hit with the robber after the 8 gets Yelfs the city on the 8, 5, 10. Nutty going to be slowed down a little bit here as they have 9 resources, dropping it down to by 4. And they're definitely still looking for that settlement up on that brick port on the 8 ore if they can get it. That's going to be their last settlement before they need to build up on those cities. So you got Hawk Matata with control now. I'm sure they'd love to block out both Nutty and Ion. So we may be looking at a 10 wood block maybe. And we could see that there. I think that hurts Nutty a bit more than it does Ion. Whereas Ion's on the 5 and the 6 for their road building. That's a wood, double brick, and wheat there. I don't know why it's telling me the bot is selecting cards. Did Nutty not pick the right ones? Uh-oh.
Did he disconnect?
No, I think it's just time. I think he just didn't pick the cards. It was too much of a decision for Nutty, and he didn't know what to throw away. But that's 3/4 of a settlement. Now that's going to be the steal. Yeah, onto the 10 wood there. Maybe plucking the settlement out of Nutty's hands if they go that way, and they do. They're going to steal 1 away. Hawk Matata just on 3 resources now. Opts to go towards the ore port. Not opting to go for that 8-3. 10 rolls, but the bottom 10 is blocked. No wood on that roll, only brick. Do you like the ore port build out there?
I don't think I do. Like, I think I would prefer to get the 8 ore.
8 ore and extra 3.
I mean, he doesn't have a 3-for-1 for that wood anyway. He's just gonna have so much wood in hand, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that 8-3 looks a lot more attractive here. You get more ore. Of course, you've already got a sheep port, so if you double up on the 3 and it hits, that's just a bonus. I'm not sure if the 6s are going to roll so much that you're going to be using that ore port all the time, but I guess maybe. 6s rolled 8 and 11 before that. We're going to have some wheat out there. That's going to be good for Ion. It's going to be real good for Ion. Motu thinks he might be scared of Nutty building 1 extra road to deny. Very possible. Maybe not willing to take that risk there of wasting a road to the 8-3, and then Nutty building another road and settling right down on the 8 desert. 6 gets rolled again. And what were you saying there? It's definitely.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely like a threat that Nutty builds another road and settles on the 8 desert, which would deny you the 8-3, but I think still worth the risk.
Probably worth the risk. I don't know if there was if he was tracking there at all, but Ion trades here with Hawk Matata. Ion on 12 resources now, still somehow trading up. I think that was a 1-for-2 trade too. Wheat for wood ore.
Traded 1 for 2, right?
1 for 2, yeah. Ion's a hustler. He's trading away some of that 11s. 11 hit twice, so he actually has the wheat 2 trade out. I think this settlement here on the 4-11 definitely gives him a little bit more power to trade 3-to-1 wood. And that's going to be, 3-to-1 for the sheep. That should be enough for a dev card. Dev card, no settle. Not yet, anyway.
I like Ion's position a lot.
3-to-1 for a wheat. And I like the dev card there. I mean, the settle doesn't gain you a whole bunch, right? The 4-11 really isn't too much. The dev card definitely does give you options for utility and options to keep your numbers clear. 4-11 is going to be there.
You know, we've still only seen 1 knight played this whole game.
Right, that's on Yelfs.
So, you know, if Ion is able to lock down armies somehow, he can just take road with a couple lucky rolls and win the game.
Couple lucky rolls would do it. Another city comes down. Hak Matata on the 6-4-3. But all this talk about Ion's position, let's cut it down in half. Coochie, we are, you're kind of exhausted somehow. I can't imagine why you would be exhausted.
Yeah, what are we, 4.5 hours in here?
Yeah, 4.5 hours in. I mean, that's just another day, right? Don't worry, it's all coming close to the end here. 7 points for Nutty, 5 and 5 for Ion and Hak Matata. Yelfs is on 4, but with 1 development card in hand. I don't think we're too far away from the end here. The 6 rolls, that's actually 2 ore, 2 wood for Hak Matata. So things are starting to definitely accelerate here with double cities. Once you know it, 2 hits, and that's going to be triple wheat. And I don't know about you guys, but this has already hit once for double wheat. That's 5 wheat on a 2. Trying to give some of it away though. Trying to look for more ore yet. Looks like development cards here for Yelfs. They've already citied up almost as much as they can. I don't think they're going to go for the city on the 2. Kuchi's talking about the 12 hits. Hey, I mean, if there's more ore on this one too, that last one, oh man, all those sheep. I think if Ion gets away with a couple of 12 ores here, that is very, very beneficial. That'll lead to their second city. Actually, I don't know. Would Ion go for that second city, or would Ion just dev card it out there?
Good question. I think it depends on what dev card he has right now.
Yeah.
If he has a knight, maybe he plays it this turn and then buys a couple more.
Yeah, and I mean Yelfs hasn't played another one in a while, so oh no, he goes goes for the city. Goes for the 9-4-3 city. The 6 rolls here. Hak Matata still making more. Motu thinks that that Yelfs needed to buy some dev cards there, and you know I kind of agree, especially if he is going for largest army. What's Ion trying to do here? Hak Matata wants to give 2 wood for a brick. Ion would give a brick for 2 ore. Hak would go wood ore for the brick. Hak's on 13 resources right now. Ion, if Ion takes a 2-1, that actually puts them into the territory of 8 resources instead of 7. So I'm not sure a 2-1's really in their best interest, but the trade actually goes through with Nutty, and Nutty wants that ore to get their city up. Extra wood helps out since they're on that wood port, and Nutty here on 5 resources. I mean, things have stalled out here, and that's a settle city for Hak Matata.
Wow.
The roll comes out 6, 8 after that. Tons of ore on the board.
I mean, it's crazy, but like he could have been on the 8-3.
Could have been on the 8-3. So now it's all on Ion here. 9 resources in hand, 1 dev, and that's it. People are, maybe they don't have the right combination for dev cards depending on these rolls here, it kind of feels like.
Yeah, there's not much wheat.
Yeah, the wheat is a little bit scarce here. It definitely does look to be more wood ore combinations. And then you toss in the odd brick and sheep. But the wheat has been suspiciously low at times, right? You're getting 3 wheat from a 2 roll, and then the 4s and 11s aren't anywhere near. The 5s, pretty rare too. Ion here trying to give away a wood for another ore here. And I think this might be a city here if Ion gets it. I mean, I'm not sure how they're going to make it happen. Maybe a 3-1 for a wheat. No, they do get the settlement down. That's going to be the 4-11 here. 10 hits after. Great for Nutty finally. But Nutty's on 10 resources again, and it's a couple turns before there, so maybe another robber here. Motu agrees with Hak Matata's play here. Going for the 4 was the right play after... it's because the 4 settlement barely ever matters for resources, but not being able to place it kills your points. And that was what I think they were worried about, was that extra road and the 8 desert block from Nutty there if it was possible. 9s are big for sheep. That's 6 sheep out every 9 roll.
Yeah, I guess I'm just greedy.
Super greedy. Is there anything wrong with that? I don't know. I think that's okay. Depends if you can get away with it, right? You can get away with it. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. But when you don't get away with it, you get punished. Oh, that is 8 sheeps. Oh, man. Caster math. I just counted 3 and 3. But, yeah, that's definitely 8. I mean, there's definitely mono options out there. Later on, we already saw one mono go out for some ore. Ion put that to good use, build that city up. Hawk still trying to trade out here, ore for wood. I don't know where Hawk would go with this. There's, I guess, a road settle here back on the 6 ore, just to set that down fast as possible. Another 10 finds its way back onto Nutty now. Do they just connect all the way, or do they get this city down if they can trade somehow? They've got to be able to trade somehow for it, right?
Yeah, if people are willing.
I think he's got enough 2-to-1 ports that he just might have it, though, doesn't he? The 8 rolled at least one time, so he's got an ore in there. And I think there were 2 10s. Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
2 for 1,
he's
2 for 1.
Wheat, right? Yeah, there you go.
He's got it. Nutty with the city. Nutty looks strong right now. 8 points. Nutty, 2-to-1 for another wheat. Builds the road, builds the settlement, 9 points. Nutty going the long way for road here. Can they even catch him now? It's on Ion to build roads then.
Yep. Which would give Ion maybe 9 points.
Wow! Road builder and the trade across to Yelfs. Did Ion just... Does he have 2 more points in there? Does he city up plus a buy? Lucky Dev. Longest road ripped away from Nutty's hands for now. And there's no opportunity here to cut through the middle now. It's going to be longest
just throw down another road.
Yeah, just extend it. That's going to be 10 segments long. A long way away for Nutty now. Dev card goes out. That's going to be Ion. I mean, they just basically gave Ion the the uncontested lead right now, right? It's kind of pick your poison. Do you just let Nutty have 9 points, or do you give it over to Ion with 8? But then he just bought a dev card, so you just gave someone else 9 points.
The problem is Nutty has so much flexibility with the wood, the wheat, and the brick ports that like his next points come a lot easier if he has longest road already than Ion. Ion's got to work hard for a city or a settlement.
I agree. I think you definitely do have to trade away the road there to Ion. Ion's got a lot tougher way to go, right? 11 wheat, 12 ore. It's going to be really tough to get some of those final few points for them. All they have is the 3-to-1 port.
Yeah, so they can road settle, but then they'll be at 5 settlements.
That's right.
So you just kind of got to pray he doesn't have a VP now.
Is it a VP? We'll have to see. I mean, he was lucky enough to draw that mono early on. Maybe he's got the golden hand. Draws exactly what he needs.
Yeah. But if I'm green or red, you just kind of hope that they get into like an arms race for road and waste all their resources so you can catch up.
Yeah, in the meantime, 4 rolls, which actually puts 4 wood into Hakmatata's hands. Not that they've got a wood porter or anything for that, but that's just a lot of resources in your hand. Hakmatata with 9 total in his hand.
He's just offering 3 for
yeah,
3 for 1.
It's a slightly better deal, right? It's a slightly better deal. And I think they are trying to get that road settled down onto that 6 ore here. I mean, it's going to help out with their, ore port that they just happen to build out on. But they're actually kind of locked. I mean, they could try to road out onto the A3 like they originally wanted to. Maybe a little bit riskier since we are challenging Nutty now. Because Nutty could actually come back around for that.
It's risky now because Nutty has to build roads to stay in the game now, so it's a little more risky.
I agree. I think we're on the same page there, where Nutty could come back to the 8-3, double up on the 8, of course. That's going to be their 5th settlement again. Oh no, they actually did get the 5th settlement down. That's right. They city settled on that last turn. So they'll just be building roads out to try and connect here. They still need another city, I guess.
Yeah. One thing also to track is that Ion just needs to build, I think, 2 more roads to lock it up, because Nutty only has 5 left.
Yeah, Ion should be able to hang on to it for the rest of the game, right?
Seems that way, unless Nutty can steal it this turn, maybe for a brief moment. Like a 10 gives him 2 roads, right? Or a road and
almost enough.
And yeah.
We're getting close. Hakmatata does extend the road to 8-3. They're going to leave it dangling for now as they only have 4 resources in there. Shout out to Delighted for spectating. Hello.
Shout out. The Destroyer.
Hakmatata, another knight comes out. Yelfs is on 2, by the way. Yelfs has played 2. Hakmatata on 1. And then no one else has played any knights on here. It's funny that Rit is saying in chat the table should help Nutty get road, otherwise it might be a game for Ion. They just gave Ion the road to keep it away from Nutty. Now they have to give it back. Crazy how that works.
You gotta
be
very careful now. I think it was probably the right move at the time.
Yep.
To give him road, but
7 rolls out. Nutty here with control. 6 resources. Not sure what else they can do on this turn. But they'll make the steal first. I mean, I don't think Yelfs is too far off, right? They've got 5 resources. If it makes it all the way back around and they've got a settlement on the 8-3, that's 6 points. Another
Plus
knight
army.
comes out.
Yep.
Yeah. That's going to be 8 with a hidden dev. You're already looking at 9.
I liked his position. Yeah, as long as he can get army, he's got his 2 settlement spots, which is what you need when you're or wheat sheep.
Yeah, and I mean you're still hoping on a couple of rolls here, but definitely possible. Nutty here trying to give back sheep for brick here. Did steal from Ion, who's only on 3 resources now, so hopefully suppressing their chances of just running away with the game here. They go 2-1, hold on to an ore, and pass it on to Ion, who reveals a knight of their own, so no hidden points for Ion.
I think that makes you feel a little better about giving him road.
I think so. I think that's maybe just a play that says, look guys, I don't have anything. You don't have to trade him road back. Don't give it back to Nutty. I also don't have hidden points. The 10 does roll though, so whether they want to or not, Nutty has the option to build some roads.
Double brick for Yelfs, so he likely just needs to build that settlement.
Going for the settlement. They go for the dev card first. That's going to be 3 dev cards in hand. The deck is still fairly full, so Must not have had a knight on the previous hands there, and oh, just as Nutty was getting back into this.
I mean, he could have a knight and just wanted to leave it on the
Could be.
the A.
That's true.
Because no one else has 2 knights played.
That's right. It wasn't
no need
urgent.
to make yourself seem. No need to make yourself seem like you're 2 points stronger, just because.
Hopefully this time Nutty gets to choose their cards to throw away. They throw away 3 wood and 2 brick. Ouch. 2 roads definitely would have helped out. Not that they can build another settlement, because they did settle up on their 5th one after just getting rid of it. They are probably looking for more dev cards and more cities.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure if Nutty actually races for road anymore. You might have to abandon that dream and just completely pivot and focus on something else.
Yeah, I mean, if he had gotten like 8-10, 8-10, then he could take road and probably throw down another point and win. But right now, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and with the robber back onto the 8, it's going to be even tougher to get those cities up for him. It is a little bit surprising, you know, the focus not on Ion.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Ion's got a road settle and then build a city. Or pull a VP, I guess, which is harder for him to do, I think.
I think that's fair. Another 9. That's going to be sheep on the table for everybody here. Yeah, I mean, it's going to give Ion some time here, and Ion's all of a sudden got, oh shoot, Nutty does get that city up. Already had it.
So now he can just focus on road. Ion's got to build 2 roads, otherwise everybody's in trouble.
Alright, I guess Nutty did have it in hand. They must have been tracking. Had all that ore. Table for sure should be afraid of Nutty. I think they had traded away and held an ore, and then I think 8 must have rolled, and I think he had the city in hand. Yeah, Nutty 2 points away. Road is possible. I mean, 4 segments, 5 total in hand. Wow, Ion throwing it all away. Gets another dev card there. Could be trying to buy it too. Largest army for Yelfs, who's on 7 points, 2 here, 10 cards in hand. Are they calling GG in chat? 3-1 for a wood. That's it. Y'all be sleeping on Yelfs. Y'all be sleeping. Congratulations, GG, your grand finals champion. Yelfs with 10 points, Nutty at 8, Ion at 8, and Hawk Matata at 7. Ivy, did you call it?
I did.